to another episode of Jacob's House of Rock. Today is a pretty interesting episode. For those of you who have been keeping an eye on my channel, you would have noticed I did a review of this little bass here. This is a Chinese copy Rickenbacker 4003 bass. Now, I did a review of that one and a little playthrough and all that, so if you're interested, go check that out. Today is a follow-up on that video. For those of you who watched that, you know that I am planning on installing some actual Rickenbacker High Gain bass pickups into this thing. So I got these second-hand off of eBay, some guy in California, and hopefully they're authentic. They look, I think they are. Seem pretty much from what I've seen, they look just like them. Feel very nice and chunky. So there's the neck pickup right there. It's still in a little Ziploc bag, so it's not, you can't see it very easily, but I'll show that off a bit later for you guys. And here's the bridge pickup on its little mount there. So these are Alnico, they have Alnico bar magnets on the back, I think, from what I've read up on these. Pretty heavy, nice solid feeling, like I said. So what's going to happen in this episode is I'm gonna basically install them and give you guys a demo of what they sound like, and you know, before and after kind of thing, with some of the clips from the last video where we had just the stock pickups on this from this bass, because what it comes with, if for those of you who didn't watch that video, let me just show you guys real quick, is this is a little ceramic humbucker pickup, a pretty interesting one, a mini humbucker, and it sounds really nice actually. This is the most Rickenbackery of the two, even though the actual pickups that they have at Rickenbackers are single coils, the high gain pickups. And the one we have here in the bridge is some a single coil pickup with very large pole pieces. Got a nice sort of Music Man, pretty bright, punchy sound, and yeah, they have phasing issues when you make them play together on the middle setting, unfortunately. So that's something I'll have to look into to fix up during this project. But I probably won't get this done in this one session, but through the magic of editing, it'll all be edited together and all just flow for you guys. But for me, just for today, I'm going to be disassembling this and showing you off the insides of what's in this Chinese Rickenbacker. Alright guys, so first of all, let's get the strings nice and loose, and then we can begin. So you won't, it's a bit off camera for you guys, but I'll just be just getting the strings really loose. I don't think I'll take them out of the bridge, but I'll let them flop down here after I got them loose. Alright guys, strings are off the headstock. With the strings off, I'll be able to straighten that neck out a little more and see if I can do something about checking the frets and all that a bit later. Something I've never done before really properly, so this will be a good opportunity to try it out. Just pulling them under here. Alright, they're out. This bridge is weird, so it's kind of falling apart right now. Very strange way this bridge is put together. These saddles are loose completely. They just, nothing's really holding them in there. Interesting. Hopefully we don't lose those on the way during this project. Just wrap a cloth under the strings for now. Now the interesting bit, we'll see what's inside. So again, Chinese Rickenbacker copy, straight from AliExpress. What kind of guts are in this thing? I might just skip the video here for you guys, so you don't have to watch me unscrew the whole thing. Alright guys, so I just got the last of the screws off. Hopefully, should come off without a problem. There we have the innards. Very interesting. So there's that little humbucker. It's actually got a metal backing, which is quite nice. Got a nice channel cut out. Pretty dirty in here, as you'd expect. There's one red wire coming off of that pickup. Interesting. I'm actually not sure what the differences are again between this inside and the normal insides of a Rickenbacker, but hopefully I'll be able to figure that out for you guys and put it together right. So firstly, I'll start by removing this little humbucker. Again, it's a nice pickup, but I got a better one, so I'll definitely reuse this again on some other project. I'll also be shielding the inside of this thing just like I did with my jazz bass. Something I'll definitely be doing is I'll be smoothing out in the edges of this pick guard. I don't really have any buffing equipment or anything like that, or any real good tools, so I'm not sure how I'll do that, but I'll figure out something. I have some sandpaper at the very least. But if you guys know any tips on that, be sure to let me know in the comments for a future reference. And to help anybody else watching out too, if they're planning on doing something similar. That's one screw. I hope the Rick pickup fits in this cavity. So I don't want to be having to drill new holes or anything like that, or making a new pick guard or anything that extreme. Just want to simply change these out and tweak the wiring a little bit and fix up the neck. So it's quite a plan still, but the simpler the better. Alright, so here's the little humbucker. Pretty interesting. It's actually welded together, the metal plate. It's under here. It's welded on either side, so you can't really look on the inside without tearing it apart. But I like the sound of this pickup. Overall, it's pretty nice. But gonna see if you can get nicer. And first step is to make sure this one fits. So here's a genuine Rickenbacker High Gain pickup. You can see it's got that Alnico bar magnet here, and a lot of little wires things going on. A nice, very dense metal enclosure around this, and those classic sort of little pole pieces that look like screws. I think you use a Allen key or something to adjust the height of those. Very nice. I did want a toaster pickup, but they come with a hefty price. So to have a genuine toaster, this would have almost doubled the cost of the pickups. Okay, moment of truth. Ooh, it's a little cramped. A little cramped. I may have to sand this one up a bit to get it in. But do the screw holes align? Just about. They just about align. But yeah, that will probably require some form of routing. Not for a router, mind you. I don't have any of that kind of equipment. Okay, so this one's gonna take some work. Not much, just needs to curve out those edges. Let's take a look at the bridge pickup. Put that back in his bag, make sure it's safe. Now let's see how this is constructed, because apparently this is a fairly complicated construction. Alright, that came off, and this pickup's kind of fallen in the cavity. I'm not sure if I'll leave this one off or put it back on. Kind of looks cool, but is also kind of pointless. I don't know, what would you guys do? The spring's falling off in there. Let's take a look. The width. These screw holes the same? It might be. This one might just fit in easy. Looks like I will have to take this off too. Guys, don't lose your screws when you're doing this. So keep mine in a little tray. You're safe. Let's see what they did to this hole. So it's another place that I'll have to insulate by the looks of it. Nice solid piece. And we got the springs. There we go. So this is our bridge pickup. As you can see, actually that might not be a ceramic mag one after all. This one might be an Alnico, because it doesn't have a magnet under it, like a bar magnet. That's the sponge that you see there. So that's pretty cool. There you go. Not a ceramic, and we can't really tell this one. I've heard it's a ceramic, but you know, there's different makes of these instruments, and in this one you can't really, you have to unsolder it to open it up to really know. But this one sounds good, and that's what matters. So if you're worried about cheap ceramic magnets, at least it looks like that this one is an Alnico, and this one just sounds good, so it doesn't really matter. So next step would be just gonna bring in, actually I can leave that in there for now, but I'm gonna get the rake pickup, test out whether it fits in the special little place. by special little place, of course I mean this plate. So, oh, that magnet's very powerful. Do the screw holes line up? Oh, they might. Okay, we need the screws that came with the Rickenbacker. Hopefully they fit through these holes. Yes, they fit. There's also these little rubber washers, which I'm not entirely sure what they do. It came with these washers. I'm assuming they go over the screw. Before the spring, maybe? And the springs. But by the looks of it, should work. Sorry, I'm gonna do this over here. Don't want to scratch up the guitar. Yeah, it looks like it's working. So I'll just put the appropriate tension on these, bring it up. Actually, it's at this point I should probably decide whether or not I want to have this top on, because that's... I'm gonna have to take this whole thing apart again to put that back on. But you know what? It can stay off for a little while. I can try that out. I'll probably have it back on in the future if I don't like the way it looks or the way it plays or whatever. But there is a lot of screwing to be done to get this pickup to the right level. So when I do change it out, it's going to be a big old deal again. But it's getting there. It is getting there. Oh. So you see it there. Actually, I might have done something wrong. There is this grounding screw here, this little pad. That might actually join up to this base plate. That might have a purpose. But I'll have to look into that before I continue. But I'm glad that this part fits into this without a problem. So at least one of the pickups will go in easy. And by the looks of it, all we've got with this one is just solder this in place of the other one, and this one also has a grounding wire, which is nice. Always nice. but I will look into that further before continuing with this one. Yeah. But before continuing with this one, I will have to take this apart, do some sanding. Just cleaning up around these screw holes because they're also a bit rough. No big deal either. I think what I'll do is I'll just take these parts off. I'll take the pick guard and I will deal with that separately. So I'll do that off camera, get everything fitting, and then I'll come back to you guys and I'll put it all together and we can see how it turns out after I sand down the pick guard and get it all nice. So I'll just take these out and leave it as it is. Oh yeah, we've lost a piece of the bridge. I'll find that, don't worry. Now, to get these pots off, I have this nifty little tool that's basically designed just for helping out in guitar stuff like this. You just push it up like that, comes off easy, and then you can use this as the actual wrench. So I'll quickly show you guys that before pausing the video and doing the pick guard. These are clamped down quite a bit. You just need to pull them up a little so this can slip under and then it wedges it out easily. Oh, there's special ends for... That's cool. One end tightens them and one end loosens them because they have these teeth that really help lock around the nut. Still bits of plastic from when that was protecting the scratch plate. They kept protective plastic on it, but considering how bad a job they did of the whole thing, it doesn't really seem appropriate to keep the plastic on like they cared in the first place. Just take the pots off. I'll try and keep them in the approximate position that they were when I remove the scratch plate, just so I don't forget when putting them back. Just remove all those, and yeah, so I'm just gonna leave them in this order, just lying like that. That way. That way when I put them back, it should be a lot easier. Bits of solder on the pickguard, no biggie. Alright, so I'm going to sort this out off camera. I'll just really show you guys what I was talking about. Hopefully it'll focus. But there's a lot of rough edges, especially like in between here. And a lot of this needs work. because this is a bit wonky and it just could look a lot nicer is basically what I'm getting at. It functions fine, but it could look nicer. And the main thing, I need to get this to fit. So at the moment, this one has this little curve to it that this scratch plate doesn't. Anyway, that's it. That's it for this section. I'm not sure if I'll make this, if I'll just edit on the rest to make it one video, if I'll make it a little episodic thing, but for now, this is just taking apart the Rickenbacker and seeing what kind of stuff they have in here. I'll zoom in with the camera so you guys can see what pots they use. Hopefully it focuses. Sometimes it doesn't want to. There we go. So you see, I think they're all Audio Taper 500K pots. Yes, they are. No idea what brands. They're just unbranded ones. Got a little capacitor there. This is one of the tone knobs. These are 2 volumes, tones. I'll show you the wiring of them better in the next segment after I get the pickguard done. But here you see the bridge. Let's go look at it. It's the original bridge pickup. And there's the cavity cavity for this guy, little humbucker, which just looks like this. It's very heavy though, so that leads me to think that there is a ceramic magnet in this, because either it's got a very big coil or something, but it is heavy. The base of this brass plate is probably what's weighing it down as well, but there may be just a big ceramic magnet in there, who knows. It's the neck, no strings on it, and the new pickups. Oops, there we go. Anyway, guys, I'll be back back after getting this sorted out. Cheers.